So, previously on the show, as you can gather, our traffic wardens have been harassing our translator.
A bad thing.
Hello. So, how much money do you need to borrow?
£320.
Right.
Yeah, terrible thing. And another thing, we had this old giver explaining vanishing point to us as well.
I don't remember that bit.
Well, we did. And then we had got the insurance investigator. As you might be hearing her in the background, twittering on, moaning about stuff, trying to act all like she knows everything about vanishing point. And then we had the Christmas special. Yeah, well, me and my brother had a bet, and I won that bet because I'm better than him, and I don't remember this bit. You did? Remember, you blew yourself up, and I won the challenge.
No, you didn't.
You did!
So, it's my turn. Oh, this chair's uncomfortable. Never mind that. Get back on, we'll get in there. But I'm presenting it. So, further ado, it's the original challenge. Oh dear, bruv, aren't you speaking today, bruv? Or because you lost the bet?
No, I am. What?
Oh dear.
Why are you like that for? What's wrong with him? Well, after the bet, I gambled all my Christmas presents to him and all, and he has to give me a Chinese burn every day now.
That sounds racist.
Statement: you can't keep glamorising drug addiction, which the NHS even classes this under a health issue requiring useful organisation, self-help, cognitive behavioural therapy and counselling, the same way as detoxifying and reducing self-harm before the full rehab procedures. Due to gambling making dramatic alterations in the way the brain sends chemical messages just like an addiction, as with anything that makes you feel good, like eating, shopping, drinking alcohol and rare cases sex. A source of enjoyment can become a mental dependence, and this is the harm worldwide. Some of your viewers will live in states, regions or entire countries where gambling is banned due to citizens' excessive gambling addictions has made governments ban all forms of it, like Cambodia in 1996. And nearly every single Islamic country prohibits gambling of any kind. Some don't enforce, but others, like the United Arab Emirates, anyone gambling can be imprisoned for 2 years. And in Singapore, the government only gives some exemptions to the Remote Gambling Act, like Singapore's turf club or pools. So check before a flutter, as most land-based gambling is illegal. And Qatar is the strictest due to many starting their own underground gambling scene. But if caught, you'll be made an example of due to religion and culture. Not only with religion and culture, however, there's political bans, like North Korea, with tight controls over their citizens' lives, including gambling. But not for tourists who visit, as long as they're on a guided tour to the lone casino located in Pangyongyang. However, countries like Lebanon have got around this with casino ships that take them out into international waters where gambling is permitted. So the effects of gambling on the human psyche are engraved into culture as much as substance abuse, and science clearly backs this up to stop gambling on this show. It's not suitable for most viewers, and as I said before, a very unprofessional way to make decisions for future shows, topic, structure, editing, or anything that should be on management or cast level. Statement: you can't inflict a daily assault on your brother without HR department getting involved to protect an employee from verbal and bullying and physical abuse. Physical side could include charges with the police if Captain Pervert decides to press charges, and morally you have to give Captain Pervert's gifts back, as this bet was done on works time and resources, so management don't recognise the bet and therefore its terms and its wager. So I'm afraid you haven't won them gifts at all.
Well, it's a bit tough then, isn't it? Because I put all this stuff on eBay and flogged them, alright?
What? You got rid of my Lisa Witherspoon accessory doll accessories?
Yeah, I did.
Then you owe him the money from the sales.
What money? He got it for no. Uncle Charlie got it in.
You sold it on eBay, so therefore that money belongs to him.
Yeah, insurance investigator, have a go at him.
Look, bruv, I'll take you to the Diamond Casino, alright, on GTA, that'll cheer you up, alright?
Don't accept that offer, that's just another bribe. He's not allowed to do that. You get your physical gifts back, or you get the money for it. And I recommend at the moment, you take the listings down now, because you're not allowed to sell them items.
What? Can't sell his items? Well, my items, I should say.
You just said it yourself, they're his items, they're not yours.
Well, they were, but now they're mine, what?
Well, if you check eBay's rules and regulations, you're not allowed to sell stolen goods, which could get the police involved that way, which means then you would lose your job on Best Automatic. So if I was you, I would basically just return them.
Look, he put a bet on, alright? So that makes it mine. A bet is a bet. Right, he's lost it.
Not when you're doing it on work's time. In fact, you're very lucky I haven't had a warning for this, because you're not allowed to do this, as I've explained, because of cultural beliefs. You're not allowed to do gambling. So if you don't return them, then Best Automatic will have to get involved.
Yeah, you stick up for me, alright? So you heard that, bruv? So you got to give up my stuff back. And that means I can talk about Mad Max and all that lot as well, don't it, fellas?
No, we don't want to talk. Not Jesus and all that stuff again.
Hey, that's right. No,
Look, it's not. You can't bet on who decides what's going to be on what subject on the programme. You've got to decide this beforehand and not do it actually when the programme's running. Thank you very much. And I want to say thank you to the Irish fella and Captain Gorgeous for not taking part in these silly gambling on the show.
Right, that's right. I went to the casino instead.
Well, it's my turn. So, we're going to do the spin challenge on the Best Automatic.
Not fair.
So, we got the game trying out a new car. Look, mate. Right, that's the new vanishing point car, alright. But it's unfair what that insurer investigates babbling on about me, giving all my stupid brother all his little weather sex doll, weather spoon doll things, whatever. She's bang out of order.
You do realise, Mr. Statement, your work contract isn't a year old. So Best Automatic HR department don't legally have to do the 2 verbal plus 3rd and final written warning. However, Captain Pervert's contract is over a year, so he has more legal rights than you. But this doesn't exclude him from the consequences for placing bets during work's time, and also uploading the proof of wasting company resources on a personal bet. So you both can be in trouble here. In fact, you should keep these personal bets within the Diamond Casino in your own personal time. And you will both get a warning next time, which could be catastrophic for you, Mr. Statement, whilst you're under a temporary contract of employment. However, your brother is not. So stop complaining during the show. Take this up with HR and management if you're not happy with the way I have dealt with this matter on the producer's behalf. Now back to the relevant show. This new Dodge pays homage to the vanishing point with this Kowalski Edition Challenger. Not a bad example of a new classic, unlike Mini and Fiat 500 new models.
Look, I don't care, right? What are you complaining?
Back to the show!
Yeah, that's right. I'm doing the show, aren't I?
You are.
Thank you. Yeah, shut up, my mate, alright? Don't you get cookie with me. Look, this is part of the show where I'm going to tell you that, this is the Gimp's practice lap. Yes, and this what really happened at the beginning. Yeah, he crashed it. Yes. So, the producer said that we got a new thing to tell you all about the scoreboard. Yes, the Benepack Glendale did it in 1.17, 1.7, Oh, sorry, my glasses, I can't really see that. Well, I'll get a closer look. Oh, right, so this is the part where they're going to demonstrate, but I'm so distracted by lovely little Christmas lights. Really nice. But it's not Christmas now. Yeah, never mind that. Right, the point is, I might be explaining the challenge, but even we have seen it before. Right, the thing is, down at bottom, yeah, you see a load of Christmas lights, but it doesn't matter which route you go, as long as you go around the lake. So I'm going to get the new vanishing point car, well, the new Dodge, alright? And I'll demonstrate that. Yeah, it's simple. Right, at 12 o'clock during the day, this vehicle spawns outside spray garages, so you don't have to buy it, alright? But you can take it in the garage, have it done up, like vanishing point. You can actually take this car into your own garage and you can keep it. So it'll save a lot of money, and that the insurance investigator will be very pleased that I'm not wasting money on vehicles and all that lot, because I'm randomly stealing them off the street. So, ain't I a good boy? So, now I am doing it up like the old Chowowski car, even it's a very modern vehicle. So, very consummate, good advice. So, now I'll be off to show you where I am actually going. Well, I haven't picked which wheels I want yet, but you know, they are nice. They look additional. So there I am, actually, just get on with it. Shut up you, it's my bit, alright? So I'm outside the convenience store to rob a plastic bag. Hello Mr. Biker, I hope nothing happens to you later on. Right, so I'm going round to the shop. Right, I've got to do it and play me part. Right, give me your money. Oh no, give me your plastic bag. Right, this is now. Come on. Right, I'll kill them bottles. I'll mean it. I'll shoot them. I'll take that, you nasty bottle. Yeah, that's it, good man. Give me the plastic bag. Right, I'm off. So, now I'm going to cause havoc by having loads of police cars crashing. And
Now I'm going to do some police facts. A typical police week, mentally and physically, have an average 5-8-hour shifts per week with 2 consecutive days off. Because law enforcement agencies operate 24 hours per day, those 8 hours might fall anywhere on the clock, weekdays, weekends, or a combination of both. To keep police sharp on their shifts, we've been highly trained on a police academy, some are known as colleges or universities in America. They all have background checks, examinations, physical requirements, medical requirements, legal training, equipment training including firearms, and driving skills, which they don't present in action or petrolhead movies, making them look unorganised, destructive, dangerous drivers, giving little regard to civilian life when nothing could be further from the truth. But always depicted as clumsy, simpleton, hoodwink, nincompoops, knuckleheads, morons, ignoramus and imbecile force, when it's the opposite, as it's not easy graduating a police training school. Plus the training can be tailored to what precinct that cadet is going to after completion, so they're not meticulous or tired from impossible long shifts. And the stereotype that tortured, troubled, rebellious individuals are a long cliche in crime or action movie cops. But 90% go under psychological screening and 5% screened out of these tests on general intelligence, judgment, prior drug use and integrity. This is done for other criminal justice careers, as it's one of the last steps in the hiring process for police officers. So after all that academic training, it can be make or break your chances of getting the job. So these tests are taken seriously. Like 65% of agencies use polygraph exams and 88% do drug screenings, but it varies in America due to no national standard. But it's part of the Minnesota strict hiring policy, but 22 states it's not required at all. So maybe these tortured cops trained in one of these 22 states in the stereotypes in the movies. However, in the UK, almost 1 in 5 police officers suffer with a form of PTSD. So well-being and clinical symptom screening is now in effect. Whilst working with charities like mine to support UK police force, so screening is done after an incident they've gone through on duty. So fully trained police officers shouldn't be painted in this light for entertainment purposes as morons crashing into each other, writing off thousands of pounds in damages to vehicles over a 5p plastic shopping bag. So be aware not to do this challenge at home in the real world, but very entertaining in the parameters of the game. And I hope the police don't expect us to pay for all their damages, because let's face it, in this they have been crashing into each other more.
Yeah, well, aren't every Smokey crashes anyhow?
Yeah, that's right. That's why we've heard that old Smokey's always crashing movies.
Yeah, you know where the term Smokey came from? Was a stunt guy called Spanky Spangler.
No, I thought it was Brian Carson what jumped police cars, what cars dressed up as police cars, and he set them on fire. Then he jumped them.
There's many terms for police. Like, copper was the original unshortened word used in Britain to mean someone who captures, then shortened to cop in the English dictionary in 1704, but derived from the Latin capere via Old French caper, so there's a long history of internal slang and jargon used across police services, but some are localised, some are insulting, and some are not. From a start, I'll go from A to B. Anda is Urdu for a white egg, but the police uniforms are white, so they call them Anda, which stands for egg. Anua, Turkish phrase from aniasis, referring to those without a mirror, as they lack honour and have so much shame they can't look at themselves in the mirror. Babylon, a Jamaican phrase derived from the Rastafarian movement, and later became the word used for corruption and evil doing in reggae songs, and was used in 2014 British police drama Babylon. Bacon, also commonly known as pigs, to be insulting to one or many officers in the UK. Barney, slang for a town policeman. A Battenberg, referring to yellow and blue large square reflective checker pattern sticker on UK police cars, despite the Battenberg cake actually being white and pink. Bear is a slang term from Citizens Band Radio in Smokey, and the Bear. The Bear is a highway patrol campaign hat, and Smokey derived from over-the-road trucker CB radio calls, made popular in the 1970 film Smokey and the Bandit, not for some daredevil. I don't know where you guys have got that from.
Yeah, it was. I do know that.
Yeah, well, you said it was Brian Carson, not Spanky Spangler. I know it's Spanky Spangler what started it.
Alright, and I've got some more. The Beast, popular to refer to an entire police force, but sometimes an individual US cop, but most of a collective in popular culture, like the Fugees album The Score, to represent parts of one whole monstrous creature with attitude and objective. A beat cop is an inoffensive slang for a patrolling officer within the force. Bill or Old Bill or The Bill was a title of a popular UK TV show based on a fictional London borough. Bird is US slang for police helicopter. Busy's what Liverpool people call police as they're too busy to help Merseyside citizens, and nationally as busybodies who meddle in the affairs of others. Black Maria is quite interesting. It's a slang term for police van to transport prisoners from the 19th century. US and France from etymologies from racehorses. Or an infamous black to a pub owner in Liverpool named Maria Lee, who has a big reputation of being large and fierce. There's also black shirts used in reference to UK modern police uniforms or armed squads in Italian fascists under Mussolini. Blue 2s, UK for flashing blue lights and sirens from a police car. Blue Canary, a Canadian firefighters used to tease Canadian police officers because they're first on scene to put themselves at risk like a canary down a mine checking for toxins before firefighters and paramedics arrive. Blue Force, a US slang in Florida. Blue Healer, slang for peeler. Blue Light Special for someone being pulled over. Blue Meanie is a hippie term used in the 60s and 70s. slang for British cops for being mean. Bobby, UK, derived from the Conservative British Home Secretary Sir Robert Peel, but nicknamed Bobby for Robert. So the phrase sticks today, long after his death on the 2nd of July 1850, as Bobby is still used for the Metropolitan Police founder's name. Buelf, a Quebec for ox, for unusual featureless game of police officers. So ox face is popular slang and ox cart for a police cart. Booked is UK for being arrested. Bofia, Portuguese derogatory slang for law enforcement in general. This one I quite like. The booze bus, a slang term referring to a police roadside random breath testing station, which are often specialised buses in Australia. Also UK terms like boy dem and boys in blue. For boys, by African American communities in Baltimore. Brady cops for being dishonest cops. Bronze, a slang term used in Australian Mad Max movie but UK in origin. Buck Rogers for police in London and South East. Bull as for railroad police in the 20th century in the US. Bully, a German for bull, like beast, refers to German police as a strong whole. One of my favourites has got to be buttons, referring to the brass police buttons of the 1940s uniforms, and biling, Swedish for peeler for patrolling officers, but they don't seem to use it in modern day Sweden these days as it's frowned upon. That's the bees so far.
I thought it was the bee's knees, that's what the term is.
I mean, don't criticise, alright? I mean, they're quite interesting facts, wasn't it, that?
Well look, I'm nearly there now at the supermarket now to get my 10p shopping bags worth now.
No, but I just realised that's why we can't call British police officers pigs for, because they're all muslins, that's why, isn't it?
No, she wasn't actually saying that at all if you listen to the woman.
I was listening to the woman.
She said something completely different. Yeah, that was very interesting. But now we're on to our next challenge. Yeah. I've noticed, little bruv, that you've cheered up a bit now, haven't you?
Yeah, bruv. It's quite interesting that the insurance investigators comes out with all them interesting facts.
Yeah, they were quite interesting, weren't it? So, shit.
Well, what are you saying the word like that for?
Well, there's them big poo pipes in the way.
That sounds very immature, but try to expand your vocabulary of acceptable words. For poo, like feces, excrement, acial, fecal, stool, fecal matter or dirt. Or use those words, or childish ones like doo-doo, cowpat or droppings. But whilst we're on the topic of dung, please don't use that offensive term to upset viewers. You can't say that word.
Yeah, you've been told.
You shut up! It was an accident, I couldn't help it. I am in my 50s at least.
Alright, yeah, calm down, little baby.
Don't come here, baby. Why does everyone start picking on me? All I said was a word.
Why don't you use the word poo-poo? I mean, look, the Irish fella stuff. Hey, I know! Why would the Rockstar create something stupid like that in the way? Why?
Yeah, exactly. Shit, again, I'm stuck.
Don't stop swearing!
I slip of the tongue. I didn't mean to, you know.
Use one of the other words I've just given you, like dung.
Dumb. I'm dumb.
We know you're dumb. You just said the swear words, aren't you? Hey, fellas, these pipes are just some downguard knowing. Why would he put them there? Actually, they're not actually dictionary correct, because the water should be brown round them. You can't put realism like that. They're all dictional people, so they'll have dictional poo-poos.
Yeah, well, dictional, wait on, let's find the polite word, feces.
Yeah, that's better. So nice words like that.
What? The word feces is nice?
No, it's better what you was saying. Oh, fellas, I'm just annoyed. That means we've been doing this challenge for ages, and we're not going to manage to finish it.
Don't be saying that. We will get round them pipes somehow, easily.
Yeah, well, I'm miles away. All that, you look like you're stuck.
No, I'm not stuck at all. I mean, it won't get out me way.
Well, you're not gonna beat it, are you? That's right. I mean, I'm gonna have to figure a way to get around these damn gun pipes, you know.
Yeah, well, they're annoying. I mean, why set a challenge we can't get round? On that fluffy pink pillow.
What are you on about? You can't say pink fluffy pillow.
Yeah, Rambo might like fluffy pink pillows. So, it's time to end the show. Bye.
Now next time you're going to see a world classic, and I did win that Christmas special all along, alright? So luck at that, motor, but you can't wait for next time to see all the disasters I'm gonna cause on the mayhem on that next challenge.
Bye, have a great time.
Bye, Melissa, that's beautiful. Goodbye! Down to pieces.